Welcome to Modern Traveler. Welcome to Côte-Nord in eastern Quebec, and specifically with the lighthouse behind me. Welcome to Île aux Perroquets. And over the course of the past few days, I've been to not one, but two different islands, which is a first for me. And in this video, we're going to talk about the cool things to do in Côte-Nord. There's been a lot of time on the water, a lot of time outdoors and hiking. And yes, I did manage to go kayaking because, well, I'm surrounded by water, so it's the very least I can do as a kayak enthusiast. So with that, let's go take a look and dig into just how cool Côte-Nord really is. Let's start with getting there. And I flew from Mississauga to Montreal and then took the Montreal to Sept-Îles flight on a very cool PAL Airlines prop plane, and basically up, down again under 2 hours, and picked up my Nissan Rogue for the chariot for the road trip. And I did a full review on that. I will link to that in the description. First stop was unexpected, and that's the best part of road trips. And we found this beautiful river just flowing, and just I love the sound of water. And from there, a quick stop in Magpie, and there's a cool viewing platform. And apparently this year, they've installed exercise equipment, so you can get a little bit of fitness in as you are gazing upon the St. Lawrence. I think it's a cool little move, and yes, I tried a couple of them. Finally made it to Havre Saint-Pierre, checked in at the hotel, and, well, exactly as advertised, comfortable queen-size bed, great place to recharge and relax. From there, off to Camp Fede for a waterfall hunt, and we found it, and pretty easy. It's about a kilometer-ish to get there, and that's the view from the upper section, and it looks pretty sweet. Find the rock with a smaller rock on top of it, and then you'll find some stairs for an easier way down. And once you're down, your reward is this. And it is a beautiful waterfall, and spent a good half an hour there just kind of soaking in the sights and reflection shots for the win, because that's what you do with still water. And took the kilometer-ish walk/hike back to the car and went to Chez Julie for dinner. And when in Quebec, you got to get a poutine, and this was delightful. And I got seafood pasta because, well, you're in the right part of the world for it, so may as well take advantage of every single piece of seafood you possibly can. Next day started off with a boat ride to Grande Ile, and it's about half an hour-ish. And there were some people on the boat who were spending a few days there, and hats off to them. One day I think I'll be able to do it, but not yet. Okay, maybe I can do it. We'll see. Anyway, we got there, and there are kayaks all lined up. And in the little house, there were sandwiches that we made with salmon and pita bread. It's a super way to get a little bit of food in you, because we set off for about an hour-ish hike around the perimeter of the island. This is about 10 minutes in, and me pointing to where we started from. And we kept going and going and going. And just the views and the rocks and the history here and the seclusion, and not in an overly bad way, but just being on an island is really cool. And that's me jumping over a very tiny river and making a big deal about it. And yes, I did get some kayaking time in as well, because, well, you're on the island. From there, off to another island, and this boat was really moving, and shout out to the captain and his partner, and it is Île Quarry, and it's exactly what you think it is. There's a short 600-meter boardwalk through the middle of the island, and there are longer hikes available if you want, but as you go, take a look around, forwards, backwards, left to right, because your scenery is always going to be beautiful here. Back to the monoliths, and they are simply stunning. This is my favorite because it looks like a head of a triceratops, and I have named it Sarah. And just being on this island itself is just so beautiful. And there's a secondary place to look as you're walking towards the monoliths, and this is what it is. Just nice, calm, and still. And from there, it's back to the boat to head back to land. And I would come back to this Parks Canada site 8 days a week, 9 days a week, 10 days a week, whatever it is. And nice, calm pulling into the dock. And, well, after all that adventuring, I needed some food. So La Promenade is where dinner was. Caesar salad, and, yep, unsurprisingly, I had some wings. I know I said seafood before, but that's the seafood aspect, the good old classic fish and chips. And no trip is complete without a little bit of ice cream. Another day, another island, and I drove out to Long Point Omega and through the Family Loiselle. There is a boat ride that takes you to Île aux Perroquets, and that is a bit of a daunting look at the floating dock. It's fine, there's things to hang on to, but still kind of daunting to look at. And get on the boat, and it's about a 20-ish minute ride to go from there to the shores of the island. And I love boat rides. I love being on the water. And I made the face because he stepped on the gas a little bit, and that's kind of what took me back. Anyway, Flemmy Loisel, shout out to them, full marks. Severely foggy day, and that's the group that was on the island the day before, heading back to Long Point Mega. And it's so stunning here. I've done a piece on the lighthouse, and it's not in commission anymore, but it's still there, and it is absolutely something to behold. Lots of history. So you can go to the hen house, and there are games. There's a couch. It's a nice place to relax. And there's a record player. And not only that, there are plenty of records that you can listen to. There's just so much charm here, and it's a great way to spend a few hours. She gonna drop it? She gonna drop it? I guess we'll never know. There's also a museum on site, and that to me is really cool because it showcases the history of the island, of the lighthouse keepers and their families, and when you go to the island, definitely spend some time here. Parks Canada also offers tours of the island, and that's part of the group that was there the same day we were, and lots of pictures and lots of smiles. Let's talk about the food scene here, and I know it's weird to say food scene, but hear me out. There are two people on the island for the entire season. For this season, it's Melanie and Stephanie. Melanie is the chef, and her culinary skills are chef's kiss. She has an extensive background in the culinary world from Montreal, and I loved every single thing that she put in front of me, and I ate all of it. This breakfast poutine was so good. And the other person this season is Stephanie, and she takes care of everything else. So all the information, the meets and greets, and just kind of getting you comfortable on the island. Here's a quick look at the Lighthouse Assistant's house, and that's where I stayed. They used to charge money for water the first year, but that didn't really go all that well. And that is the room, and it's the only room with two windows in it on different walls. So you got a view of the lighthouse, the one to the left, and a view of the St. Lawrence from that one. And yes, I know it's a little small, but very time period specific when they had to maximize every little ounce of space. And that is your water supply because, well, you can't drink it out of the tap. And there's a living area. There's also a full video on the channel about a thorough tour of this building. Birds, puffins. I found one, and I was with Nancy. Actually, Nancy found it, and she said, come look. And I ran, and I found it. So shout out to Nancy for finding that. I think that's a cute little picture of that bird. And we were rewarded with a sunset. Even though it was gloomy over dinner, the sun just popped out. And I think I took about 400 pictures, and these are my favorite ones. There's nothing like a sunset by the St. Lawrence. There's just not. And there's a lighthouse at night, and it's off, and it's on again. So still goes. And then, well, next morning back to the fog, because that's what happens when you're in this part of the world. There's nothing wrong with that. And another short boat ride back to land, back into our Nissan Rogue, and made the drive back to Set Ile, which is where we started from, and they're celebrating 75 years in 2026. Very, very cool, colorful sign. Shout out to them. And we spent the afternoon just kind of strolling around the water and just taking in the views and the sights and the sounds and the pier. And there's just something so calm and peaceful about being around the water and catching another sunset, 2 for 2. And there's somebody kayaking. I wish that was me. Little jealous I didn't get out again. And here is the Hotel Set Ile. Big, comfortable bed, centrally located to everything, and would go back. Another boat ride. This is through Croisière Set Ile, and this is one of my favorite ones because it was a sightseeing one, not just a get me to and from one. So let's start with the harbor, and we saw lobster fishermen with a fresh catch, and so cool. And we did a 2-hour tour and through different islands and all that wind in my hair. And I love being on the water so much. There were whales. I saw them. I wasn't fast enough with my camera, and it was my phone camera, so the shots wouldn't have been all that great, but I saw them. I promise you I saw them. And this is one of the few houses in this part of Côte-Nord. And I wish I could live here. I do. Absolutely do. Back to the boating side of things. Our captain was so knowledgeable, gave us so much information. And there is the owner, just thrilled to see us. And you love to see that in a small business. Casse-Croûte du Pêcheur has massive portions, and you can eat in the dining room in the shape of a lobster trap, and it's decorated on the inside as well. Do not get the medium, because that is the medium poutine. It is massive. Nancy and I couldn't finish it, but do get the lobster roll and the fries and get a small poutine. It is just, it tastes great, but it's so massive. And well, ice cream again at La Creamerie right by the hotel. This is cool. It's a food truck and they serve pizza. So you're like, Jay, what's the big deal? I'll tell you what the big deal is. They've got a pizza oven in the truck. A pizza oven in the truck. I've never seen that. And that pizza was absolutely delicious. Le Petit Snack, go get it. The owners are so friendly. And, well, yeah, it's so cool. That's going to wrap it up for my time in Côte-Nord. And I'm going back. I said it, I meant it, and you should go too. It is such a beautiful part of Canada. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate the support. If you have any questions on what you've seen, let me know in the comments and I will get back to you as soon as possible. And without you, there is no modern traveler. So I thank you, I appreciate you, and I look forward to traveling with you next.